The sound of Asmar. The city of Asmar had grown quiet, the kind of quiet that feels less like peace and more like a held breath. For months, the only sound was the president's voice, amplified across the squares, declaring a new era that felt suspiciously old. But silence, Amani knew, was the only thing a tyrant truly feared. Amani, a poet whose words were usually sung in private, gathered the women. "We will speak without raising our voices," she whispered. "We will show them that power is not noise. It is endurance. It is presence." In the cold morning light, they marched to the center of the city, arms linked, a single, unyielding chain. Tariq, the young journalist, was there. He hid his camera behind his coat, his hand shaking. He had been taught that the truth was fast and fleeting, a snapshot in chaos. But this was slow, deliberate, a truth that waited for the chaos to break against it. The armored vehicles arrived, black, monolithic, their sirens slicing the air, scattering the few onlookers. A water cannon spewed cold violence onto the street. The women did not move. They sat, a silent human anchor against the rising tide of fear. The chill soaked through their clothes. The gas burned their eyes. Amani bowed her head, tasting the grit and the steel. She remembered the lines of the old Nubian queens, the Kandake, who ruled in strength. Non-violence was not passivity. It was a deeper, more rooted form of defiance. The resistance was broken, physically. Amani was forced to flee, her passport a one-way ticket to silence. But Tariq's pictures were not silent. Uploaded in secret, they became the first word of a poem shared across the airwaves, echoing in the city's hidden corners. Weeks later, the quiet had truly broken. Thousands filled the grand square, chanting a rhythm without words. The demonstration needed a voice, a physical symbol to focus the collective will that Amani's sacrifice had awakened. In the midst of the surging crowd, a familiar form appeared, standing on the roof of a battered car. It was Amani, not exiled, but returned in spirit, wearing a long, white cotton tobe and massive gold earrings that caught the setting sun. Her voice, clear and strong, cut through the clamor. "Who are you?" she called. The crowd roared back, "Asmar, daughter of the Kandake." It was a call and response, 1,000 voices suddenly finding the single, true note of their own history. Tariq, standing among them now, didn't use his camera. He just watched, tears streaming, as the journalist became one of the audience. Amani's stand was a single, perfect note, held long enough to change the song. It was witnessed not by a passive viewer, but by a city that learned to write the story of its own freedom. The truth was not just a picture or a poem. It was the moment the silence broke and the ripple became a wave.